Welcome back to Neko Gamer's Guide. Now, we'll discuss how to beat this boss. This boss is one of the hardest we've ever encountered. This guide doesn't guarantee an SSS rank, but it will help you understand the boss better. Every time the mobs hit us, the boss will gain tough defense, which is damage taken reduction plus 25%, making the boss tankier. That's why we need Genesis damage to help us deal more damage. What is Genesis damage? Simply put, Genesis damage is the blue number that appears when we hit enemies, like what 37 just did. Also, when the boss hits us, 2 of our characters will get frostbite. Once it reaches 5 stacks, it will turn into freeze status, which can significantly reduce our character's HP. There are several ways to dispel the frostbite or freeze status. The easiest way is to either use 6 buff card, or Vila, or Tooth Fairy ultimate card. For Tooth Fairy, make sure her ultimate lands a critical hit. Another way to purify frostbite is by casting 2 incantation cards in one turn, or 1 incantation card followed by a follow-up attack. And yes, follow-up attack also counts as 1 action in a turn. If you find the boss's HP is quite high, try killing the mobs as well. This will not only prevent the boss from gaining more defense, but also deal a certain amount of Genesis damage to the boss. Now, let's move on to the character recommendations. The recommended DPS characters are Lucy and Windsong. Lucy's follow-up attack will be triggered every time a mob dies, while Windsong needs several turns to build up her damage. Make sure to keep her alive while she does this. For the sub-DPS recommendation are 6, 37, and Isolde. 6 for his debuffs and buff cards, 37 for her follow-up attack and incantation cards, and Isolde for her debuffs and rousing morale. 4 healer recommendations. The choices are Vila, Tooth Fairy, and Yenisei. For supports, there are Necrologist and Cicania. Necrologist is recommended for her mass buff and revival, while Cicania is very useful for tanking, providing Genesis damage and buff. For Cicania, try to use her buff before activating the ultimate, because of the empathy reset, or the value will reset to 0, and you'll lose some damage. I think that's all for the guide. Good luck with your raids, and thank you for watching.